What's up, guys? It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to my review of Bleach, Chapter 531. So if any of you guys ever watch our reviews, you probably know that me and Christian usually don't like flashbacks that much. They just sort of irritate us at times. We just want to get right to the main part of the story. But in Bleach, they handle that a little differently. I love the way they actually do the flashbacks in this series because they're always really, really important and they never feel rushed. And that's what I'm really liking about this sort of little mini flashback arc that we're getting right now. And it's really action-packed, it's really cool, and it's also revealing a few other things. In particular, some stuff about some villains that I thought were actually out of the picture altogether. So first and foremost, Isshin Kurosaki is fighting, or I should say Isshin Shiba. He's fighting against this mysterious Arankar or Hollow or whatever the hell it is. All I know is it looks really, really awesome. It was seen at the end of last time, and everybody was commenting, of course, that it resembled Ichigo's Hollow form. And I'm sure there's no coincidence to this as well. And it's kind of hard to tell if it actually is a Hollow or an Arankar. What is interesting is it does have the Hollow hole. However, the hole itself is filled up with some sort of mass. I can't quite tell what it is. And that just makes the guy all the more confusing. But the fight between these two is really, really awesome. Definitely some of Kubo's coolest artwork I've seen in a long time. And before we get a little bit more of the action, though, we get a little more padding in the middle. We get to see what's going on with Masaki Kurosaki and Ryu. And she senses that there's some sort of giant Hollow or Arankar or whatever the hell that thing is attacking, and she feels she has to do something about it. But Ryu stops her and he's like, "What the hell are you doing? You can't go out and do this right now." So Masaki feels it's her duty to go out and take this thing out. But Ryu's like, "No, you can't go out. You're a pure-blooded Quincy, and we only have so few of those guys left, so we're going to send out these other guys," which they use this German terminology, which I'm not even going to try and say for you guys because I just cannot pronounce it. But essentially, there are two different types of Quincy's. There are the pure-blooded kind, and then there are the mixed-blooded kind. And there are only so few left, so I guess that's the way it's going to work. And she's sort of just confided there, but we all know she's going to escape eventually and go up against this guy. And then we finally go back to the good stuff here. We get this fight that is continuing. And probably one of the most important parts of this chapter is we get to see Isshin's Shikai for the very, very first time, which is called the Engetsu. And it's kind of hard to describe what it does because it's kind of at the end of the chapter and it's sort of interrupted. But in the panel when he's using it, it almost looks like there's this sort of like fire or almost energy that's surrounding him that's coming out of his sword, and he's getting ready to attack this Hollow with it. And right before he does this, he gets slashed from behind, and it's against this mysterious group of guys who are all wearing black cloaks. But come on, it's Aizen and his group of goons. They're getting ready to take him down. And I'm not really sure what their motivation is here. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with this Arankar Hollow thing. Maybe it's some sort of like experiment to see how they work. But I think there's something bigger going on here. I think it is going to tie into Ichigo and maybe his origin a little bit, and I think that would be interesting. I really can't wait to see, though, when Masaki's going to come into this. Obviously, I think this is when she's going to run into Isshin and find him injured, and it looks like Aizen is maybe the one who did this. So I think that is pretty interesting, and it obviously looks like they're probably going to be watching her as well. So there's a bigger thing going on here, and I like that Aizen's actually involved, and that I didn't expect that at all, because I think Aizen kind of annoyed me a lot during the Arankar arc, because every single time something really important happened, he'd be right there to say, "Hey, I planned this the entire time." And in a way, that's kind of what's going on here, but at least he's not reminding us about that fact all the time here. So this was a really awesome chapter. All of the action was really, really cool from both sides. The fact that we finally got to see his Shikai for the first time, the Engetsu, it looked really cool, especially in that big panel when he activated it for the first time. The Hollow himself was really great on the cover page. That's when you get that great view where you get to see that the Hollow hole is actually filled up. Just everything was really, really great here. I wish every week could be like this, and it ended on a great cliffhanger too, which makes me want to keep reading. So as a Bleach fan, I thoroughly enjoyed this chapter, so I'm going to drop a 10 out of 10 on this bad boy. Just really, really great, and you guys should definitely check it out too. So how did you feel about this week's chapter of Bleach? Did you like Isshin's reveal of his Shikai? You can let me know with your comments below. And remember, guys, as always, make sure and hit that like button. Give this video a thumbs up. It really helps these videos out a lot. That concludes this review today. SuperKamiGuru9000 out.
Your mom really helps out these videos.
She does. She does.